the whole in terms of fire. The causal body is produced by means of the positive life, or fire, of the spirit, electric fire, meeting the negative fire of matter, or fire by friction. This causes the blazing forth of solar fire. This central blaze inevitably in due course burns up the third fire, or absorbs its essence, and is itself eventually blended with the fire of spirit and passes out of objective display. I seek here to deal with the subject of the causal body in two different ways, one along the old lines, and the other strictly along the lines of occult electrical phenomena. 2. Egoic manifestation is produced at individualization. The causal body is that sheath of mental substance which is formed at the moment of individualization by the contact of the two fires. The force or energy that pours through from the higher planes, the breath of the monad, if you care so to term it, produces a vacuum, or something analogous to a bubble in koilan, and the sheath of the causal body, the ring pass knot of the central life, is formed. Within this sheath are to be found three atoms, which have been termed the mental unit, the astral permanent atom, and the physical permanent atom. They correspond individually to the seventh principle of each of the three persons of the microcosmic triad, a reflection, in the three worlds of the microcosm, of the three persons of the logoic trinity. HPB hints at this in connection with the Logos when she speaks of the visible sun being the seventh principle of the Brahmi aspect, the physical permanent atom of the Logos. 16665, 16766 II. The nature of the permanent atoms. 1. The purpose of the permanent atoms. The three permanent atoms are in themselves centers of force, or those aspects of the personality, which hold the fires of substance, or of objectivity. It cannot be too strongly pointed out at this juncture that, in considering the threefold man in the three worlds, we are dealing with substance which, in connection with logoic manifestation, is considered the dense physical. Surrounding these three atoms is the causal sheath, answering the following purposes. It separates one unit of egoic consciousness from another unit of consciousness, yet is itself part of the gaseous body, the fifth cosmic physical subplane, in the physical body of the planetary Logos, who is the central life of any particular group of monads. This fact has been little appreciated, and merits careful consideration. It holds its spiritual potentialities in its inherent ability to respond to the higher vibration. From the moment of individualization till it is discarded at initiation, the life within steadily develops these potentialities, and produces certain definite results by the utilization of the three permanent atoms. It gradually vivifies and awakens them until, on the three planes, the central life has an adequate point of contact which can originate the necessitated vibration in the matter of the plane. The permanent atoms on each plane serve a fourfold purpose, as regards the central or egoic life. They are the distributors of a certain type of force. They are the conservers of faculty, or ability, to respond to a particular vibration. They are the assimilators of experience, and the transmuters of that experience into quality. This is the direct result of the work of the egoic ray as it plays upon the atom. They hold the memory of the unit of consciousness. When fully vibrant, they are the raison d'etre for the continuity of the consciousness of the man, functioning in the causal body. This distinction must be carefully made. We must always remember in studying these difficult matters, that we are dealing with the logoic dense physical body and that the mental unit is found in logoic gaseous matter, the astral permanent atom in logoic liquid matter, the physical permanent atom in dense physical substance, and they therefore have their place in matter of the three lowest subplanes of the physical body of the Logos. Consequently, when in the process of evolution, and through initiation, man achieves the consciousness of the spiritual triad, and transfers his polarization into the three triodal permanent atoms, he is simply able to function consciously in the etheric body of his particular planetary logos. Work out the analogy in the microcosmic development, and note how in order to function consciously in his individual etheric body a man has to burn through what has been called the etheric web, and study how the fires of initiation produce something analogous in the planetary etheric body, and eventually in the cosmic etheric. As each unit of consciousness, through self-induced effort, achieves the goal and crosses the burning ground, a microscopic portion of the etheric web of the planetary etheric body is consumed by fire. This results in a definite gain for that great entity, the planetary logos, through the relatively unimportant liberation of the force of one cell in his body. When all the units or cells in his body have achieved, he too is set free from dense manifestation and physically dies. This stage is succeeded by the comparatively brief one of etheric existence, covering the period of planetary obscuration, and then he is liberated from incarnation altogether. Viewing this process from the standpoint of the logos, the Brahmi aspect passes out, or the life withdraws from the physical permanent atom, leaving later stages on cosmic levels, with which we need not concern ourselves. These cover the withdrawal of the logoic life from out of the other two aspects. In the solar system, which is a physical incarnation of the logos, the Brahmi aspect is apparently the most important, it being the medium of expression, yet it is the subjective aspect, or the life desire of the logos which is fundamentally of moment. This concerns his endeavor on higher levels, and on cosmic planes beyond the ken of the highest koan. It might be of value here, if I pointed out that the egoic ray of the human unit 168, some thoughts on the sheet of .67 with which we are concerning ourselves, manifests as regards each ray just as does the logoic manifestation. Each of the 7 rays, viewed in connection with the causal bodies of men, demonstrates as a unity on the first subplane, as a triplicity on the second, and as 7 on the third, forming there the 49 groups which most concern evolving man. According to the angle of vision, this numbering of groups may be increased or lessened, but for purposes of studying the aspects of mind, the above enumeration suffices. In the course of his many septenary lives, and as the cyclic sevens pass over him, man passes under the influence of the 7 sub-rays of his own ray. Then he begins to synthesize and merge the 7 into the major 3 sub-rays, returning thus to unity on his own egoic ray. First, the septenary status governs the time from individualization, till he enters upon the path. Second, the threefold status governs the time up till the 3rd initiation. Third, he achieves the unity of his ray by the 5th initiation, and is then consciously a part of the body of the heavenly man. The same idea can be worked out in connection with the awakening of the life forces within the permanent atoms, viewing each atom as the 7th principle in each of the 3 aspects of the personality. 2. Their place in the egoic body. A. The importance of the astral permanent atom. There is one fact to be grasped in connection with the place of the permanent atom within the causal periphery, and its evolution, that needs to be emphasized with care, and that is that the astral permanent atom in this solar system is the recipient of a great flow of force, or energy, and receives more stimulation and energizing than any of the others, and this for the following reasons. First, the center of polarization for the 4th, or human kingdom, is in the astral consciousness, viewing this kingdom as a unity in expression. From the astral, and through the desire nature, the majority of men inevitably direct and control the physical vehicle. The astral body is in the direct line of force via the buddhic from monadic levels, 2-4-6. Second, the goal set before humanity is that of becoming masters of the wisdom, or conscious units in the body of the dragon of wisdom or of love. This a man achieves when he can function consciously in the Buddhic vehicle, or when the astral permanent atom is superseded by the Buddhic permanent atom. Third, the next reason is that the second aspect of the Logos, that of love or the manifestation of the love nature of the Logos through the medium of the Son, is the one demonstrated in this system. This system is a son of necessity, or of desire b, vibrant to the key of the cosmic ray of love c. The form through which this ray of cosmic love, shown in the interrelation between the self and the not-self, or through duality, is expressing itself d, governed by the cosmic law of attraction. The monads of love are the dominating quality. I choose this word quality specifically. Fourth, the center in the cosmic body of the one about whom naught may be said, of which our solar Logos is the embodied force, is the heart center. Here we have one of the clues to the mystery of electricity. The sacred planets, with certain allied etheric spheres within the ring pass not, are parts of that heart center, and are petals in the lotus, or in the heart center of that great unknown existence who stands to the solar Logos as he in his turn stands to the heavenly men who are his centers, and specially as he stands to the particular heavenly man who is the embodied force of the Logoic heart center. Therefore, it will be apparent to the careful student that the entire force and energy of the system and its life quality will be that which we call, having perforce to use handicapping, misleading words, love. This will account for the fact that the force that plays through that cosmic heart center will be the paramount force found in the manifestation of the solar Logos, and of the heavenly man. It will likewise produce its microcosmic analogy, and reflective reactions. Hence the relative importance of the astral permanent atom within the causal periphery. It is in the direct line of active force emanating from the cosmic existence, and passing to it in ever-lessening degree, via the solar Logos in his system of love, and the planetary Logos within the scheme, the dragon of wisdom love. This force, when rightly directed and properly controlled, is the great transmuting agency, which eventually will make of the human unit a master of the wisdom, a lord of love, a dragon of wisdom. In lesser degree. Finally, this solar system, the objective physical manifestation of the Logos, is interpenetrated by his astral body, as is the case with the human manifestation. As the Logos is polarized in his cosmic astral sheath, and has not yet attained cosmic mental polarization, his force, or desire nature, is the main incentive for the subjective life and lives that underlie the form. If the student will ponder with care these 5 facts, he will get a clue to the problems of existence as realized around us, to the causes of the heat of the solar system, to the method of the cosmic law of attraction and repulsion, which governs all atomic forms, and to the question of sex which is apparent in every kingdom of nature. They give the clue also to the constitution of the divine hermaphrodite. Therefore, it is necessary to bear in mind the relative importance of the permanent atom of the second aspect of the personality within the causal periphery, and to remember that the force which flows through that atom, and which is the animating force of the astral body, is following the lines of least resistance and really might be considered as bearing upon his physical manifestation in a manner twice as strong as that reaching him through the other.